Hey everyone, it's me again. It's Ivone Emilia Lizondo, and please forgive me, but it is really late on Thursday, July the 8th. But I just realized that I forgot that I need to record the video for the new moon in Cancer that happens on Friday. Friday in just a few minutes here, but it actually happens at 8:17 Central Standard Time. Friday, July the 9th. In some places, it'll be July the 10th. But anyhow, so I'm not a professional videographer, obviously, and it's even worse now because I'm at night. I'm using my phone light to kind of give me some light. So I want just bear with the video this time around. Not that the other ones are that much better, but anyhow. Okay, so this new moon happens in, and I know it's kind of wobbly, so I'm going to try not to move. This new moon happens in Cancer. Now, let me show you the chart because there are some important points that go along with this particular new moon. And again, the new moon is about setting intentions for this new lunar cycle. It's about setting intentions for what you want to manifest, bring into your life, or maybe something that you need to release, but you need to set the intentions for first. So here we have the new moon in Cancer, because the new moon is when the sun and the moon get together. Okay. And there is Cancer. Now, there's a couple of influences that are also, manifesting or could potentially manifest with this particular new moon. And the first one that we want to focus on is this Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Okay. It's not in a really tight opposition, but it's close enough where you might feel the essence of Pluto retrograde in this particular new moon. And then we have this Mars and Venus conjunction in Leo. And I really want to talk about that because this is highly influential. This is opposing the Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. And so we're going to see some of that going on. And then we have this square with Uranus in Taurus. It's a separating square. So the energy might not be as influential, but it's still there. And then we want to talk about this beautiful Neptune retrograde in Pisces and how it is connecting with this new moon. Whew, lots going on. Okay, so let's jump right in. Again, please forgive the get that witchy vibe going on. I think I'm liking this lighting. Yeah. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about some Cancer energy. Cancer is water. It's a water energy and it's the ebbing and flowing of water. Okay, so there's a moodiness that comes to Cancer. Any of you Cancer should know that you tend to be a little bit moody. And if you know a Cancer, you probably know that they probably tend to be moody. Now, this new moon in Cancer is about, there's a higher expression of Cancer and then there's that lower expression of Cancer. So let's take a look at both. And very quickly, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs completely, but just give you the essence of this Cancer energy. So on a higher expression, Cancer is that protective, nurturing, very gentle, very sensitive type of, essence. It wants to make sure that there's a need for home and family and comfort and friends, and it really needs to be a part of a tribe. Okay. On a lower expression, Cancer can be overprotective. It can be a helicopter kind of parent or friend. It can focus on safety to the point where it gets paralyzed if it doesn't feel safe. And then it could really just want to be, afraid to step outside of its shell. So if you've ever seen a Cancer, if you've ever seen a crab, which is a signifier for Cancer, crab has that hard shell on the outside, right? Because it's protective energy. It's always kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop. But then there's this soft stuff inside a crab that's like really, it's that more soft and gentle and sensitive part, because crabs really are very sensitive. They protect themselves, but they tend to be very sensitive. So the energy of this new moon is going to be very strong because the moon owns Cancer. The moon is the strongest in Cancer. Well, and Taurus too. But right now, the moon rules Cancer, so it's its domicile. And so tomorrow's new moon is going to be very highly charged with all of this energy. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, maybe setting intentions that have to deal with family, that have to deal with home, that have to deal with really taking a look at your safety needs or your needs for protection. Maybe taking a look at where you're maybe potentially being overly protective and maybe helicoptering somewhat. But the influence of this new moon is also um, associated with that Pluto. It's late. That Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Now, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is about control because Pluto is about control. That's one of its signifiers is that control, that essence of control. That Pluto retrograde for this particular new moon is about watching and being cautious of where am I needing to control. Am I needing to control my family? Am I needing to control my loved ones? Why am I needing to control? And or do I need to set boundaries? Maybe it's boundary setting type of intention. Maybe it's about controlling and keeping out, controlling your environment. And so being very, very mindful of this is going to be part of this particular new moon. Now, because it's opposing, the new moon is opposing Pluto, it tends to be more of an external type of manifestation. So maybe you may need to feel like you need to control outside of you, not necessarily your internal experience, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. It's late. Anyhow, the other aspect of this is that Mars and Venus in Leo, right? So Mars is the god of war, it's Aries, and Venus is Aphrodite, the goddess of love. So when these two planets come together, it's like a toss up. Yeah, because you can have this amazing, passionate type of, connection. And in a millisecond, you can be battling it out. Yes. So you may also feel that this new moon, okay? There may be a sense of like, hey, I want to connect, but there's an aggressiveness or an assertiveness, or hey, I feel really passionate about these things that I want to bring into my life. But all of this is opposing Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. So there may be the feeling of maybe not being able to connect, or maybe feeling like you want to start, conflict, but maybe you're being pulled in a different direction, which might be a good idea. I don't know. But anyhow, all of this is about that fiery energy that Venus and Mars are experiencing. Again, it's kind of like it could go either way, kaboom or beautifully passionate. And then we want to focus in on Uranus in Taurus is squaring all of this. And so there's that erratic sense of, sorry, there goes my camera again, that erratic sense of, shaking things up. So you may feel a little bit shaken up when it comes to your relationships with your family or when it comes to conflict with your family. And you may need to set boundaries or you may need to recognize, hey, you know what, I need to break some walls down in order for this to work. Okay, and then the final piece of this new moon is that Neptune energy in Pisces. Okay, that Neptune is about compassion and goodness and kindness. It can also make things very foggy, and maybe you can not see things very clearly. But the way it's connecting to this new moon, it makes me feel like this is more of a time where you can step into spirituality. You can step into that compassion and that kindness and that goodness when it comes to taking a look at those cancer parts of your life where it's about family and home and protection and safety and comfort and all of that. And then this Neptune energy can also create a very artistic sense, right? So maybe this is time for you to remodel your home or bring in some beauty and some artistic feelings, or maybe just step into a new spiritual practice that's going to allow you to connect with your family. Anyhow, so the theme for this particular new moon is about family, it's about home, it's about safety, it's about comfort, it's about being careful of the need to control versus the need to set healthy boundaries. And maybe it's an opportunity for you to bring in some new compassion or spiritual practices, or even just a sense of creativity and beauty, um, you know, as intentions to get you going for this new lunar month. Anyhow, if you want to learn more about your astrology, please visit me at Spiritual Essence Transpersonal Counseling. That's spiritualessence.com, spiritual-essence.com. And again, this is a general, energy placement. But if you want to learn more and about how this energy affects your chart individually, you can get so much more out of these particular videos. So anyhow, Blessed be everyone. Take care and enjoy your Cancer new moon.